So in this video, I'm comparing the new Tab P12 Pro versus the Chromebook Duet 5. Both of these are large tablets by Lenovo. Normal price for the Duet 5 is right around $500, but I've already seen it on sale for as low as $399. And the Tab P12 Pro is gonna be more expensive at around $700, but I've already seen that one on sale for about $630. There's a couple variations, I believe, of the Duet 5, so pricing is gonna be a little bit different depending on which one you go with. You get a 13.3-inch OLED screen on the Duet 5, 1920 by 1080 resolution, and then you get a 12.6-inch AMOLED screen with 2560 by 1600 resolution on the Tab P12 Pro, and you're gonna get 120 Hz refresh rate, Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and Gorilla Glass 5. You're also gonna get 400 nits brightness on both tablets, so they're gonna be plenty bright enough for most uses, but you're gonna get higher resolution on the P12 Pro, and the viewing angles seem like they're a little bit better on the Tab P12 Pro as well. Having said that, both displays look really good in person, and I think you're gonna enjoy watching movies, playing games, trying to get some work done, or just browsing online, regardless of which one you go with. But I think it's pretty obvious the P12 Pro just looks a little bit better because of the higher resolution. But if you want a tablet with good battery life, it's gonna be pretty tough to beat these two. I got crazy battery life on both of these. I'm talking over 11 hours in my battery drain test at 100% screen brightness for both tablets. So yeah, that's what you would call well above average compared to my other tablets I've tested. These might be two of the best I've tested as far as battery life goes, and that's definitely great to see from Lenovo. Now, if you like tablets, phones, and other tech, consider hitting that subscribe button. I try to cover as much on the channel as possible, and I'll be posting more videos this year than ever before. Performance-wise, you get a Snapdragon 7C processor on the Duet 5 with 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then up to 256 gigabytes of storage, where you get a Snapdragon 870 on the P12 Pro with 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then up to 256 gigabytes of storage as well. One small advantage on the P12 Pro, it does take a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte, although one could argue it's just as easy to connect an external drive if you need to get files off the tablet, but still a nice feature to have. Now, Geekbench testing shows the P12 Pro is going to be more powerful, but both tablets are fine for doing most everyday tasks. The P12 Pro has a little more power where you might be waiting a little bit longer to do things on the Duet 5. It's not gonna be a huge difference, just something to keep in mind. Gaming is gonna be slightly better on the P12 Pro in most scenarios, but you can play a lot of the same games on both of these, and I think most people are gonna enjoy gaming on either tablet. It's definitely easier on the eyes if you're connecting a controller to play games on these larger displays. The one thing you're gonna notice with the Chromebook though, in games like PUBG Mobile, is there's like green little artifacts, so it's not gonna be the best as far as graphics go. Still, the gameplay is pretty smooth overall though. But I gotta admit, when you have these in handheld mode, it's gonna be a stretch for both. I mean, it's not horrible, but reaching certain parts of the screen can be a little more challenging than on a smaller 11 or 10-inch tablet. Nice thing is you get a keyboard included with the Duet 5, and then you get the Precision Pen 3 that comes with the P12 Pro, at least the version that I bought. The Duet 5 does not come with a pen, but it will work with the USI pen. You can also connect both of these tablets to an external monitor to use as a second display, so that's definitely a nice feature to have. It's kind of tough to say which is better between these two when it comes to software, because there are some similarities, but they're quite a bit different as well. While the Duet 5 has the Google Play Store, I feel like that's a really good option, but sometimes things may work slightly different or might not be available on the Chromebook versus on an Android tablet. Another difference between these two is going to be, besides the mobile app that you can download from the Google Play Store, it's also going to have the web version, if there is a web version, like on Netflix. It's also nice you get productivity mode on the P12 Pro. which is gonna help it feel a little bit closer to an actual laptop, sort of like their version of Samsung DeX. So it's gonna be personal preference on whether you like Chrome OS versus Android. I sort of like stuff about both, and I don't think you can go wrong choosing either one. But one area where the Duet 5 is gonna crush the P12 Pro is gonna be software updates. The Tab P12 Pro will be supported until the end of 2024 from what I've read, which is pretty respectable for an Android tablet. But most Chromebooks are gonna get around 5 to 6 years of updates, and some are even getting 8 years of software updates. So yeah, it's pretty drastic when it comes to that. But hey, if you're changing your tablet or Chromebook as often as your cell phone, then it's not really gonna matter. You could probably sell either one of these later on and put that towards your new and shiny tablet, but I couldn't find the exact end of life date for the Duet 5. Maybe someone could help me out with that one. When it comes to sound or speakers on these two tablets, these are going to be two really good options to have. You get quad JBL speakers on the P12 Pro with Dolby Atmos, and then you're also going to get 4 speakers on the Duet 5, just not JBL speakers, and they're not quite as loud. Here's a quick audio test just to give you an idea of what to expect from each. And then the cameras are not going to be that great on either of these two tablets. Definitely not nearly as good as say a mid-range or flagship smartphone. You only get a 2 megapixel front-facing camera on the Duet 5. Kind of hard to believe in 2022. Then only an 8 megapixel rear facing versus 13 megapixel rear facing on the P12 Pro. So yeah, you'll definitely get higher resolution on the cameras for the P12 Pro. So if you're wanting to use these for a Zoom meeting or a video conference call, you'll probably want to grab that one. Here's a few samples of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. Just make sure you have good lighting regardless of which one of these you go with, because they're both gonna struggle in low light situations. So hopefully this gave you a little closer look at the Chromebook Duet 5 versus the Tab P12 Pro. I've got a lot more comparisons to do, so definitely look out for those in the next couple weeks. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.